Raiders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. When you look at this defense, against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Strong. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Myers may be one of the most unsung wide receiver ones of the last 2 seasons with over 800 yards of steady production both years. The Raiders add him to a loaded receiver room, and they'll rely on him to move the chains as he did in New England.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets it down to the 32. The Raiders at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Strong. That is incomplete. When you look at this defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Strong. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 52-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter, and what a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams, a direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there, a big effect on this game.
To get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try to break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Well, this defense for the Raiders very strong in that victory a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Hooker, he's going to move him around a little bit here.
I'm not lying.
And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He's still on his feet. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 49 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Stevenson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Hooker. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jelani Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dreadnoughts are on the board first here in Vegas.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
To throw on 3rd down. Strong. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tyler Conklin, 82 yards. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And they'll accept that penalty. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Get it! Stop alert! Stop alert!
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Pat the street! Pat the street! Go!
And Charbonnet once again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Hooker to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
But we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series. They're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
That's taken on the 25. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Strong loses it on the hit. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you. Two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Zach Charbonnet, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards, but he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Second down and 3. Counter play with Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter.
Raiders 7. Okay, break.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Jacobs will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Now Hooker. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Hooker's going to throw it. Rolling to his right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there. No hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through there.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. A good running here by Jacobs on first down as he's able to take this forward for a gain of 6. This 2nd and 4. Now they'll audible to something else. Looking to throw on second down. Strong. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's a diving catch right side, and that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Trey Tucker with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, They may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Hooker now on second down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. First and goal at the 3-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Touchdown, Raiders! Josh Jacobs with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Carlson now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Again, it's Charbonnet. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, Hooker. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
3rd down, Hooker looks to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Here we go.
Second and 10.
Check. Bronco switch. Bronco. Ready.
And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Hooker. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in. And had just enough to get it done.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done. And get those throws on them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Operating from the gun. Strong. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back 60.
To throw again. Strong. That's complete to Parker Washington. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd down. Strong. Open man is Tucker. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Let's go now.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
19 tight. 19 tight. Warrior 70. Guys, you got this. Let's win. Go.
Operating from the gun. Strong. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself from opposition so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
Let's go now.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Strong. Open man, that's Renfro. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So this a two-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown. Now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Hooker going to try to throw for it. And he'll get in for the 2 points. So that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Strong. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Strong. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Strong. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Gets past one man. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, and that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake. Strong. And he fires one incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down. Strong. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He'll get that out to the flat to White. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting. And
he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful for the yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Hooker going to change things up a bit. Second down, here's Charbonnet. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 141 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing. Hooker. A short throw pulled in by Woods. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of range to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Go, Reed, go! Ready.
Well, now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Here's Stevenson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dreadnoughts have cut it back within a score. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
To throw on 3rd down. Strong. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
32.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Hooker. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jermaine Johnson
picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Flushed out right. For Marshall, that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
looking to throw. Hooker. Throw out wide is incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And taken right on the 30. Good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
They'll bring Renfro in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun. Strong. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.